Hey folks, welcome to another day, another unboxing. I've got the Poco F3 here. That's pretty cool. This is one of the first Snapdragon 870 phones available, meaning it's like a Snapdragon 865 on steroids. And it's obviously a 5G phone, which is great. So yeah, let's check it out together. The price on this is very aggressive at about 350 euros. I'll put that in dollars up here. And yeah, that's what the box looks like. Okay. And there's some yellow in the back. It's very nice. Let's open her up. As you can see here, it says 5G. Ooh, welcome to the Poco family. Thank you for choosing Poco. Nice. Then we have a divider here. So let's take that out. Then we have the phone here. Let's take that out. Of interest might be the Qualcomm Snapdragon 870 with 5G, 120 Hz, 6.67-inch AMOLED display, stereo Dolby Atmos speakers, and a 48 megapixel main camera with a total of 3 rear cameras. Yeah, that's basically the gist of it, as you can see here. All right, now let's have a look at the rest of the box. There's another little divider, and then we've got a 33-watt charger here, because this supports up to 33 watts, a standard Xiaomi European prong charger. And then we have a USB A to C cable to match, obviously, because that's how it works, right? You need to use this cable to get the fastest speed. A on one end, C on the other end. Color matched, pretty cool, but no surprises here. That's how that works. Okay. So let's look at what's in the divider here before we move on to the rest of the phone, shall we? So we've got a SIM removal tool, and then some Poco stickers and a case. I like that. Poco sticker, some sort of manual. I'll look at it in a second. The warranty card we don't care about. And I think this is a headphone adapter, because that's how Xiaomi's been putting these in their boxes. There you go. USB-C to 3.5 millimeters. So that's one thing. And then we got the case, right? Nice little TPU case, comes for free, protects you right off the bat. These are nice, they fit well, they don't get too yellow over time, but they're not super fancy or anything, but it protects your phone. All right, so let's have a look at the manual real quick, and then we'll look at the phone, okay? So it's multiple languages, and let's see if there's any illustrations. There you go. Some basic stuff here. This might not have micro SD, judging from this. So, that's it. All right, let's have a look at the phone. So, let's see here. Let's pull it out. Ooh, look at that camera pod. That looks very Xiaomi Mi 11. I'll put the reference up there to the Mi 11. It's got a very similar camera pod and very similar finish to some of these Xiaomi phones we've seen recently. Not quite as flashy as some of the other Poco phones, right? Let me turn it on and we'll go from there. There we go, Poco. So I can tell you right now that this does not have an in-display fingerprint sensor, despite having an AMOLED panel, just like the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Also put a link up here. This has a capacitive fingerprint sensor built into the power lock key right here, as you can see. So that's interesting. There you go, MIUI. So this display, as I said before, 6.67-inch AMOLED, right? 120 Hz refresh, that's awesome. It's a nice panel, doesn't have too much bezel, a little bit more chin, but not too bad. It's got a hole punch camera here for the selfie camera, 20 megapixel. f/2.5, 0.8 microns. I'm not sure if it pixel bins 4:1. It'll be interesting to find out. Under the hood, there's that Snapdragon 870, a choice of 6, 8, or 12 gigs of RAM, and either 128 or 256 gigs of storage. Under the hood here is a battery. It's a 4520 milliamp hour battery. Again, 33 watt fast charging, power delivery 3.0, quick charge 3+. So you're pretty compatible with a whole bunch of different options. Let's talk about the cameras real quick. There is 3 in the back. So the main sensor here is a 48 megapixel f/1.8, 0.8 micron sensor with phase detect autofocus. Doesn't look like it has OIS, but it does, of course, pixel binning to make photos that are 12 megapixels and have a bigger pixel size. You have an 8 megapixel ultra wide. That is f/2.2, 119 degrees. I'm not sure about the pixel size on that. And then we have a 5 megapixel macro, f/2.4 with 1.12 micron pixels, and it has autofocus, which is exciting because, you know, a macro without autofocus is pretty useless. So it's kind of a cool aesthetic. It's pretty thin phone. It looks nice. Poco 5G, you know, the camera pod, this nice display. And let me walk you through the edges real quick. So as I said earlier, you've got the power lock key here with a built-in fingerprint sensor, volume rocker. Bottom you have a speaker, USB Type-C, primary microphone, SIM tray. This is a very thin phone, very sexy. Nothing really on the left side, and I can tell by looking at this that this is some sort of plastic polycarbonate frame. There is some little speaker holes at the top here because it has stereo audio. It might use the earpiece for that as well. Like this is just some ports. So yeah, that's basically it in terms of specs and the tour of things there are. Of course, this does have NFC, which is nice. More and more Chinese phones now have NFC, which enables Google Pay payments. A lot of them didn't in the past. So when you bought a phone from a Chinese manufacturer, even a global phone, sometimes you didn't have NFC. That seems to be remedied. Thankfully, this year, a lot more phones have it. As you saw, no headphone jack, but there's an adapter in the box. And yeah, that's basically it. This does support 4K video recording, but only at 30 frames per second, which, you know, for a Snapdragon 870, I was maybe expecting 4K 60, but I'm not going to be too picky. Runs Android 11 with MIUI 12, of course. And yeah, that's basically it for this, for the specs. It's a nice looking phone. I'm looking forward to trying this out and seeing how it compares to Snapdragon 865 phones from last year, because that's basically what this is. It's an 865 on steroids. So that's it, folks. That's my Poco F3 unboxing. I've got a couple of more things to show you here. This came in the press kit. It is a little drawer full of pins. It's very fun, so I wanted to show this to you. I'm not sure you'll get this if you buy the phone, but here you go. It says Poco F3, the real beast, and then Poco, then 120 Hertz AMOLED, audio zoom, and then a little Qualcomm Snapdragon 875G pin. These are all pins, so that's kind of cool. So that's it, folks. Stay tuned for more content. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment below. Tell me, would you buy this phone instead of a flagship? I'd love to hear it. And click the notification bell to find out when I'm doing my next video. Remember, this is a compliment to my podcast, mobiletechpodcast.com. So please subscribe. We're on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Spotify, pretty much everywhere good podcasts can be found. So please subscribe. Please like and subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more. I'll have more soon. That's it, folks. Cheers, everyone.